thoughts are on Spain's mind. Spain are in France's head. This is a rivalry that is fast becoming contagious. As the front of one Spanish newspaper put it this morning, it is a night to dream. A collection of some of the very best in the world converging on a mild June night in Stuttgart. Some fresh from Champions League success, others back in Germany reminiscing about balmy nights from 12 months ago at Euro 2024. And for us and others, Karen Barnsley, we have the pleasure of sitting back and watching this dream night of football unfold.
And what a pleasure it's been. The talent on display over the recent weeks, especially opportunity to harness that momentum from that historic PSG win, and an opportunity for maybe the players not involved to focus their disappointment on a new target.
Correa creeping forward for the first time for Spain. Luis de la Fuente's team of throw. Didier Deschamps this week called Spain the best team, not in Europe, but in the world right now. Who was so excellent when he was given his opportunity in March for Spain against the Netherlands. And of course next season we'll be seeing him in a Real Madrid shirt.
He was absolutely outstanding for Bournemouth this season. What a way to announce himself completely. Announce himself on the European stage next.
Scrapping for the ball and unable to reach it. The first roar goes up as Lamine Yamal collects the ball for Spain. Too many times that Yamal chooses to go backwards rather than forwards over these next 88 minutes. Lenormand, the French-born Spanish defender. There's another little narrative playing out tonight.
কি হবে আমি হ্যাঁ
Champions League. Teo Hernandez given the space to shoot. A little flash across the bow there of Unai Simon's goal.
Now he had the option to his left.
Yo, what's up? Yo, what's up?
The moves when Cucurella touches the ball, the cheers when he gets clattered off of it. Michael Olise, it's a great tackle there to knock it away from him.
Man, I'm watching football.
It's a foul, will play advantage though. And here comes Spain. Zubimendi for Yamal.
Constantly, Yamal is playing against two defenders. He sees it week in, week out in La Liga. As Barros almost finding a way through good defensive work from Doué. Although here's Lamont again.
Just weaving his way around. Lamine Yamal 1-on-4. 1 point into the box. It comes to Mendy. Yamal a chance into a touch off a defender. It's out for a Spain corner.
Just moves through the line so quickly. Picks the ball up on the second. Ball just pops out to him and then drives into 3 French defenders. Comes back to him on the second one there. It's going to be a Spanish corner. You often see them play these short, and they try to work 2v1 in the wide areas to create a better angle.
Damn, bro.
Two defenders out right now, so you might see them put this one into the box.
Ball into the near post. It gets knocked down. They're shouting for a handball. Michael Oliver sees nothing on the field. Jared Gillett is the video assistant referee. Be having a look at it. Fernandez just trying to guide that backwards.
I'm watching football. Football.
Yeah, as long as the ball stays in play, and Michael Ulmer just waved his arms and said no, nothing. So we'll get a look at it ourselves in a minute, but Jared Gilla didn't see anything there to give a penalty.
This is syrup.
Mignon, Doué under pressure. France play out of it.
It's actually a really big key when you
मैं
play
live
against
होते थे
Spain
ये
to
देखो.
be able to play out of the pressure because that opens up space in behind them the other way. Very hard to do the way in which they smother you. What they try to do is win the ball back as quickly as either they lose it as it turns over. Here comes Dembele.
Dembele running forward. He's got Doué in the middle. He's got Mbappe for company.
Ooh.
Hands it off Mbappe. It's Unai Simon to smother it.
Damn, bro.
Now Howson leading Spain out. Cucurella and the run of Nico Williams. Simon passes his first big test of the night.
Oh,
There's the
what a
ball.
touch.
Wait.
Control. The moves when Cucurella touches the ball, the cheers when he gets clattered off of it. Michael Olise, it's a great tackle there to knock it away from him. It was Marino. Now he'll carry forward. It's a foul, will play advantage though. And here comes Spain. Zubimendi for Yamal.
Constantly, Yamal is playing against two defenders. He sees it week in, week out in La Liga. As Barros almost finding a way through good defensive work from Doué. Although here's Lamont again.
Just weaving his way around. Lamine Yamal 1-on-4. 1 point into the box. It comes. Zubimendi. Yamal.
Ooh.
Chance. Had took a touch off a defender. It's
Damn,
out
bro.
for
I'm
Spain.
Sam.
Just moves through the line so quickly. Picks the ball up on the second. Ball just pops out to him and then drives into three French defenders. Comes back to him on the second one there. It's going to be a Spanish corner. You often see them play these short, and they try to work 2v1 in the wide areas to create a better angle. And France bringing two defenders out right now, so you might see them put this one into the box.
Ball into the near post. It gets knocked down. They're shouting for a handball. Michael Oliver sees nothing on the field. Jared Gillett is the video assistant referee. Be having a look at it. And Fernandez just trying to guide that backwards to Mike Mignon. Again, as long as this ball stays in play, and Michael Oliver just waved his arms and said no, nothing. So we'll get a look at it ourselves in a minute, but Jared Gillett didn't see anything there to give a penalty. Mignon,
Yes.
Doué,
I have order to go.
pressure.
Yeah.
France play out of it.
It's actually a really big key when you play against Spain to be able to play out of the pressure because that opens up space in behind them the other way.
Bye, bro.
Very hard to do
Take
the way in
care.
which they smother you. What they try to do is win the ball back as quickly as either they lose it as it turns over. Here comes Dembele.
Dembele running forward. He's got Doué in the middle. He's got Mbappe for company. Hands it off to Mbappe. It's Unai Simon to smother it.
Oh.
Now Howson leading Spain out. Cucurella had the run of Nico Williams. Simon passes his first big test of the night.
Oh,
There's the
what a
ball.
touch.
Terrific control.
Well, we haven't even been able to go back and show you the chance that France had, which was a really, really clear cut opportunity. And Unai Simon gambled and went the right way. But instead of Mbappe trying to be unselfish, square it across, he's able to cut off the passing lane. He would have had the near post completely wide open.
Cal Marino.
Ooh.
Nico Williams. That was well read on the outside to intercept. That's a foul. Will play advantage though. Falls for Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe running at Pedro Porro. Go back inside. Elise. Doué reverses it to Rabiot. Kone for Dembele. Correa comes to meet him. Nico Williams helping. Right into the middle. And Dean Howson had a slide across to block the shot from Elise out for a France corner.
So positive in their touches and aggressive
Let's
when they pick up
go.
the ball. Dembele
Spain.
especially, this was the chance. Look, I think if Mbappe goes to the near post right there, Unai Simon read his eyes.
It's taken short, it's taken quick, it's cut to the top of the box. Rabiot lets
Hi,
it go.
hi.
Teo Hernandez trying to get it under
Ui.
control. And it clips off the top of the bar.
Well, I saw the dummy a mile away. You felt that Rabiot was going to let this one go. And Teo Hernandez didn't want to take it on his right foot. He wanted to get it on his stronger left foot. So lets it run across his body. And oh my goodness, hits right at that upper 90. He had that shot early in the half as well that went over the top of the crossbar. That one even closer. And France have had a number of really good opportunities in this game. Just haven't been able to find their way through.
That was the case when these teams played in.
France picking up possession. So De La Fuente, the more animated of the two coaches right now on the sideline, and barking out a lot of instructions tactically to his players.
De La Fuente was asked yesterday whether he saw his team as the favorites in this game, and he rejected it out of hand. He said, "We appreciate the consideration, but at this point, with top teams like this, there are no favorites in these types of games." Konate gives that one away, trying to get through the pressure. Has the ball. Good work by France just to collapse on him, crowd him off the ball. Cucurella, though, tackles it away from Dembele. Nico Williams, 1v3, cuts it in, rolls it across.
Yeah. किन lag हुँदैछ
France picking up possession. So De La Fuente, the more animated of the two coaches right now on the sideline, and barking out a lot of instructions tactically to his players.
De La Fuente was asked yesterday whether he saw his team as the favorites in this game, and he rejected it out of hand. He said, "We appreciate the consideration, but at this point, with top teams like this, there are no favorites in these types of games." Konate gives that one away, trying to get through the pressure. Has the ball. Good work by France just to collapse on him, crowd him off the ball. Cucurella, though, tackles it away from Dembele. Nico Williams, 1v3, cuts it in, rolls it across. Lamine Yamal. Teo Hernandez gambled and got there in time. Mbappe, with the hold-up work is the bad thigh bruise. The French team missing 3 starters at the back. Really, what team that we're seeing right now isn't missing some key players at the moment?
And he's finding some success because Deschamps is having him really push forward and almost daring Lamine Yamal, saying, if you're not going to mark him, he's going to have space. And they want him to have to retreat and mark further away from their own goal from an attacking perspective. But he's actually coming inside, finding space, combining, and that's where France are overloading in the midfield part of the match.
Play for Mbappe. Olise. Oohs and ahs from the crowd as Lulu brings that down with a terrific first touch. Quarter hour gone in Stuttgart.
weaving his way forward. Tens of thousands of Spanish fans, tens of thousands of French fans. Spain had the edge on what we saw in Stuttgart City Center this afternoon. It's probably slightly more blue than red here in the stadium. The UEFA Nations League semi-final between these two European heavyweights. Teo Hernandez for France. Desiree Doué. Doué's cross was blocked. It peeks around. Porro had to react to knock it away. Long leg coming forward to keep it away from Oyarzabal. Montebele. Lulu on the overlap. Montebele with Nico Williams. Correa comes to help.
Nobody really in the box right now for France, so they're looking to cross it, but no real options. Here's Mbappe.
Mbappe from Olise. Doué. Back for Mbappe. He'll let it go, and it's off the back of Pedri.
Oh, Sunday and
France team now without Olivier Giroud, without Antoine Griezmann. And a number of high-profile players in the last couple of years. World Cup champions retire. Long leg, good work to keep it away from Yamal. Hernandez. Doué. Doué looking for the space, got it away. Unai Simon. It's his first save of the night.
Well, much like Jamal on the other side, Doué is attracting two different defenders. Very good at shifting his balance, getting defenders off balance, coming on inside on that right foot. Fairly comfortable save in the end for Simon.
This field of the 22 who started the Euro semi-final a year ago, only 9 are on the field now. Part of what Didier Deschamps said, I'm not thinking about revenge. It's Cristiano Ronaldo in Portugal. Good step by Hausen to win it. Now Spain in transition. Marino, Nico Williams, Konate defending. Nico Williams got away. Mignon blocked it.
Damn, bro. Sunday go down there. What?
He's got his body behind it. That's his second save. Spain hold it in. Zubimendi.
It's been he against Konate, oftentimes 1v1, this time with his left foot. I think Mignon was expecting that towards the far post, has to adjust his body quickly to get his legs down, close his legs. Ends up being good goalkeeping. He comes off his left shin. A little unconventional. But how quickly, though, Hausen wins the ball, finds Marino. Marino turns. Williams is hugging that touchline and then runs at his defender with pace.
Entry to take the corner. In swinging ball. A bit awkward there. Teo Hernandez as it flew past the main pack of players. Sends it out for another. Once more, swings it in. Was that blocked off a French defender? Everyone shouting for something. It is going to be a goal kick.
Damn, bro.
It's hard to see who that really came off last there, whether it was Marino.
Michael Oliver, as prominent as he is in the English Premier League, only gets so many high-profile appointments in the international game like this. Just an extra moment to check that off the corner. Doué, lovely touch. Rabiot got through Porro. Touch from Olise to send Adrien Rabiot coming forward. Options either side. Rabiot took it himself up over the bar.
Bro,
He
ये करेगा?
ends up taking it. This is what I was talking about. If you could beat that Spanish press, which they did just barely, as Elise pokes it away, but watch. The run from Mbappe takes a defender wide. Now Rabiot's driving right down the middle, but he has two players that would have been 2 against 1 against Cucurella.
Sit, bro.
Caught in between there, deciding whether he wanted to take it alone, not one of his strong suits.
Well, they're rising up to win the header. Two-way couldn't do anything with it in the end. Spanish fans appreciate the way they played out of that little pressure. And it's France who has the edge in possession through 20 minutes here at Stuttgart. Guess the ball just got enough of that one.
Man, what the?
Just got enough of that one. Robin Lenormand, born in France, raised in France, but a naturalized Spanish citizen, playing against the country of his birth for the very first time, and he hands it off to Lamine Yamal. Yamal gets it into the middle. Oyarzabal, he's got different options. Nico Williams!
Ooh.
Spain take the lead!
Spain goal ano, yes.
And just how quickly a game can change at the feet of Lamine Yamal. France look like they're in a good defensive structure. Everything in front of them. 2v1 against Lamine Yamal on the right-hand side. And just such ability to know when to get the ball off your feet. So once it comes wide to him now, Doué's coming back, doubling it with Taylor Hernandez. He's just slow playing them. There's the angle to pass the ball. Oyarzabal holds it up. Little slip ball to Nico Williams, and boom, in the back end net. Terrific hold-up play, though. First of all, attracting 2 defenders, putting it on a platter for him, and then left-footed goes high, top shelf for his 6th international goal for Nico Williams, who's been a threat throughout this game for Spain. France have been in the ascendancy, but one moment of brilliance from Lamal, one from Oyarzabal, and then the finish from Nico Williams gives Spain the lead.
Cucurella in a tough collision there with Kalulu. Williams, who just returned 10 days ago in Athletic Bilbao's season finale from an injury that kept him out all of May. Kalulu slow to get up. What's worth noting, the last 2 meetings between these nations, the Nations League final in the fall 2021 and the Euro semifinal last year, the team that scored first lost. Both occasions were come from behind 2-1 wins for France in the Nations League final, for Spain in the Euro semifinal. Nate was thrilled to hear a whistle as it looked like he was going to give it away. Is it taken away by Zubimendi? Man down in the middle for France. Longley is able to slow, if not stop, the rush forward. Marino slowly getting to his feet. Kone slowly getting to his feet. There can't be that many Germans here in the building, so there really must be the French just joining in the Cucurella booing. Here's Mikel Marino! Make it 2!
2-0, bro. 2-0. बापरे.
What a goal. What a goal for Spain. And Oyarzabal at the heart of it once again. Big decision for De La Fuente. Leaves Morata on the bench. Starts Oyarzabal in this game. Now has 2 assists. But watch how you see a striker that's not a traditional 9 that stays high but drops underneath. It brings the center back with him. So he's in the little pocket now. Then they
Who will
step
win
in
this
a little bit
game?
late. Marino makes that run in behind the back line. Good composure for the finish. Takes it on the half volley, goes near post on Magnan, but make no mistake about it, that's Oyarzabal once again. The man who had the decisive goal in the Euro final for Spain gets the start from De La Fuente, now has just played 2 fantastic
Hello,
goals,
bro. What's up?
for wide open shots in front of goal. And Marino gets a terrific goal to give Spain a 2-goal cushion here against France.
Marino scored the winning goal in this building against Germany to knock them out of the Euros in the quarterfinal last year. In the same building his dad had scored in 1991 in the UEFA Cup match. And if you saw there right before the replay sequence, he did that same celebration that his dad did in 1991 that he did last summer. A little dance around the corner flag. And now Spain are just weaving their way through again. What sort of response did France have? Mbappe able to move to skip away from Lenormand, left too much in front of it for Porro. And Yamal is tripped up.
The French team stunned. They felt, or would have felt, that through 20 plus minutes of the game that they were in good shape. They had the best chances of the game. Theo Hernandez hits the crossbar. Mbappe should have scored. And then Spain just punched them in the mouth twice. 2 great goals. Individual moments of brilliance. Good offensive structure for this Spanish team within that identity we've talked about, but also the unpredictability and individual talent that they have. Here's Nico Williams just, oh my goodness, just dancing on the ball, standing on the ball. They can't get it off him.
Completely out-muscled Pierre Kalou
Do,
there.
do, 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 do.
Ends up losing out on him.
Do, 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 do.
Rabiot ends up fouled by Marino. Deschamps has to figure out a solution. They were down 2-0 in the first. He made a tactical tweak at halftime. They ended up dominating the second half, just couldn't score, but they continued the domination a few days later in Paris. Won the second leg 2-0, forced extra time. They wanted a penalty shootout to get here to the Nations League finals. So they've shown resiliency recently, but that was over 2 legs. Yamal had that ball in play, just gave up on it. Able to win it back off Doué. And it's his chance for a
Qui
piece
va
of
le-
skill.
Qui? Khôi tấu live.
good spot from Housen as well to be alert. As this ball came through traffic, low and hard, and Simon was able to make the save, but just parried it right down the middle.
Half an hour gone in Stuttgart. Goals 3 minutes apart for Spain. Winner to face Portugal Sunday in Munich in the final of the UEFA Nations League. Spain trying to win this competition back-to-back and go 3 consecutive years with European trophies, including the Euros here in Germany a year ago. Doué, Theo Hernandez, his cross into
Wait.
deflection, and Simon was able to get on the end of it. And you wonder, did that take a deflection off the foot of Mbappe? But it's Simon's third save.
You even see the grass cutting up as Simon makes, this was the first one, down low, left hand. I think he sees it late because Housen's actually in the way. He gets shielded by him. And then this is the second one. Mbappe doesn't get all of it, ends up hitting right on top of the ball into the ground. It took all the power out of the strike.
No, bro.
That was better from France, able to shift the point of attack. Theo Hernandez on an overlapping run. They get an advantage. Good cutback ball to find Mbappe. And actually people in the box and available for that type of service.
3 saves and 1 giant divot for Unai Simon right now. On his 49th appearance, stands to be the 4th goalkeeper in Spain's history to play 50 games.
Hat तेरी.
French momentum. Desiree Doué, Young Player of the Year in the UEFA Champions League. And Tabele, just a matter of days ago, were winning with PSG. Down the road in Munich, about a 2.5-hour drive between Munich and Stuttgart.
It's pretty fun to have 17-year-old Lamine Yamal, 19-year-old Desiree Doué, two of the brightest young stars in
Lamine Yamal.
world soccer right now. You've seen them duel a couple of little moments.
Bounced off Yamal. Lamine Yamal.
Right on cue, talking about the two of them in duels. And Yamal, it was a miscommunication on the throw. Morrow didn't know that he had turned his back on the play and ends up throwing it in. Look at this. Throws, gets his body in front of Yamal, who it looks like actually gets a good chunk of the ball, though. It's actually foot first. That ball was poked away by Desiree Doué. So Yamal goes in the book with a yellow card. Elise standing over this free kick. With his left foot, this looks a little bit too far away to go for a direct one-on goal. He scored one recently for France against Croatia. But this shapes up very nicely for the left foot to bend it away.
मतलब येलो कार्ड
Right
पाया
around the 6-yard
यमाल.
box. And some big targets attacking it from deep.
They say drives it in. Simon flies at it, didn't get a touch on it. It's out for a goal kick. Elise was hoping there was a touch in there somehow. Off of Unai Simon. Through a wrist injury that had been bugging him for months when they won the Euros last year. That flick doesn't work out for Nico Williams. Simon had surgery a few days after, missed much of the fall. It's in the 10 minutes now since Spain set.
Where they've been having trouble all game long is in the center back position because of the movement up front, even just along the back line. They're having to double down in the wide area, so that leaves a man open. Spain's so good at the constant rotations up front to unbalance the defense, to create those opportunities by moving center backs around. So I just think between Longley and Konate, they're getting caught, the two of them, on when to step, when to stay. It's so difficult, right? When you're playing against the amount of talent that Spain have and the unpredictability in the front part of the field, you have to truly rely on some help. You have to rely on your defensive structure. but they've been able to calm the game down a little bit by having some possession of the ball and keeping Spain away from the attacking part of the field.
Pedri and Yamal over the free kick. Pedri will send it in. Manuel stays at home. It's knocked down by Kone. It's picked up by Williams and an important block. Longley got his body in the way. Back in by Porro. Rabiot missed it. It bounced in off Konate, it looked like. And France able to scramble it out. Oh, lovely touch under some pressure to keep it for Spain. Hausen at just his second start. Just plays it back. You mentioned difficult it is for Longley and Konate. Also doesn't help the fact that it's a rare opportunity for them to be starting together. Both starting set. Has this three new partnerships out there against this dynamic Spanish attack.
Absolutely. Kalulu on his debut, I haven't really seen too much of him. He's trying to play high and wide on the right-hand side, but a lot of France's attacks have come down the left. The slower they shift the ball, it makes it a lot easier for Spain to shift across, double down in the wide areas, keeping France very far away from the goal, or forcing them to be very predictable in the attack.
Young goes long. Monet. Doué. Teo Hernandez. Mbappe trying to make a run for him to create some space. Back inside. Doué. Elise. Dembele's on the far side. Ousmane Dembele. Cutting it back. Cucurella. Oh, knocked it away. Well, that was on frame or not. Pencil it as a fourth save.
That's a lot better from the French. The way in which they were moving the ball with a lot more speed, because it doesn't allow Spain to get set defensively. As soon as the ball gets out to Dembele, he's 1v1. He loves that opportunity. Shapes up like he's going to hit it on the left. Gets good. Cucurella to bite. Comes back onto the right foot. Tries to pick out the far post. It's a great save from Simon once again. This time down to his right. And the better part, not palming it back into a dangerous area where there's a French body ready to pounce.
That might well have been clipping in off the inside of the post. It is a fourth save for Unai Simon in this first half. Spain with goals 3 minutes apart, midway through the half. We mentioned their comeback against Croatia in March. You and I were there at Lusail in Qatar. They were left for dead down 2-0 to Argentina in the World Cup final and came back to force a penalty shootout. So they're far from done here. Konate, big tackle on Marino. He's going to yell and scream at Michael Oliver, as is Didier Deschamps, but it is a free kick for Spain. Nelson slid that in for Williams, bounced away, but it's going to find Williams on the run. Clement Longley was alert. Job not done. Longley under some pressure. Doué wrong side of Teo Hernandez. Longley goes flying in. Lamine Yamal goes flying past. Cuts it back around him. Hooks it in. Manuel had to be alert there.
Wow, inches away from Mikel Merino in the box. Just the timing of the touch. First of all, Lamine Yamal able to skip away from Teo Hernandez not once, but twice. First time Longley then recycles back and gets beat. Plays that bending ball in towards the goal and inches away. But you can see, even if there's just a slight mistake from France in possession, player steps into the wrong place, they turn the ball over. The Spanish team are so hungry and lethal in the way in which they attack.
Lulu now. Hausen gets his body in the way to block it. Big collision between Lenormand and Mbappe in the box, and Mbappe ended up down. It's a France throw. No, in fact, it's been given as a corner. That's the collision there off the ball. France's second corner of the game, with 5 minutes to go in the half.
Michael Oliver going to have a little bit of a conversation here. Konate and Lenormand. Olise, very good delivery with his left foot. A lot of times they look kind of that second post area to recycle runs.
More pushing and shoving as it's going to be whipped in. Bodies flying everywhere in there as Spain scramble it away. Lulu, this hit ball there, whatever his intention was with it. Williams for Yamal. Yamal gets it away wide open on the far side, and luckily Mignon was alert. Zabel there was completely on his own, and the vision to find him, but Mignon used all of his 18 yards there. Olise. That's it back out for Dembele. Doué. Counted off it by Marino. Olise trying to fight to win it back. Pele, Kone, just enough of a touch to steer it away for Longley. Hernandez had the best looks of the night, really, for France. Then clipping one off the bar. Kone slides it through, into the box, Simon smothers it. Flag is up for offside. It was a great look there for Dembele.
But they're taking more chances, taking more risk in the final third. This time, Dembele is offside, wrong side of Hauser, trying to come inside him and get onside. But wasn't to get past Simon, who didn't go down early, didn't anticipate. Dembele went for the chip, wouldn't have counted.
It was knocked away anyway, and those moments are always interesting, even though it doesn't count. It's another little psychological win for Unai Simon against these French attackers that he's been smothering everything. Konate wins the header. Marino first to the loose ball. Longley, a lot of contact. Free kick coming for Spain. Longley's first start in 4 years for France because of those injuries at the back. Said this week he thought he missed the train, but he had a good season. He said, I was able to get back on the train. Get another opportunity to play for his country. Now he's got to defend this set piece. Spain trying to put a punctuation mark on this half. Ball with a big run up. It's going to be rolled back to him. Yamal clipping it into the box. It's knocked out in front. It's deep. Goes in. The flag is up for offside, so it take VAR to give Hausen his first goal for Spain.
Wow, what a set
Remarkable
piece.
year it's been for him.
What a set piece. I do think it was just offside, but they roll it short to Lamine Yamal, and I think he's leading just a touch past Robbie. He was just a touch offside there, leading on the line, but that execution of that set piece completely catching France off guard.
Jared Gillen, the video assistant referee, using the semi-automated offside technology, just to confirm. And really, the 18-yard box provided the perfect line there. So by a matter of inches, France down only the 2 goals in the final minute of the first half.
What a finish from Hausen. Regardless of the outcome, he was behind him with his left foot. The man from Bournemouth who will be moving to Real Madrid this summer.
He'll be moving there next week. He'll be joining up with them for the Club World Cup. Even he's been shocked by how quickly it's gone. Oh, good pressure by France to win it away. Dembele. Unai Simon, brick wall, fifth save.
Well, that's the thing. Simon's had 5 high-quality saves. This one's at him, so that one's probably one of the easier ones he's had so far. Dembele wasn't able to fully get his body around it. So here comes Spain again. This game is end-to-end.
Marino gets there in front of Longley. Can't really do much with it.
What a pace for 45 minutes.
Longley, good little move to get around Pedri. 2 added minutes at the end of the half. Ousmane Dembele. Kone knocked away by Hausen. We saw this last night in Munich that the pace slowed because everyone got tired. The pace has not slowed. You're just starting to see the tiredness at the end of this half. As Jamal wins a free kick.
And Konate, after the play, ends up kicking the ball into Lamine Yamal. And the Spanish player is not happy about that, nor is Yamal, who gets a little high five from Konate. I think he was trying to say, was it completely intentional? It's so good, able to change direction so quickly, get a feel for which way the defenders are going, touching the ball just an inch or two either side, evading any type of contact.
Nico able to curl that to Williams. And Yamal, who was finishing his equivalent of a high school degree during the Euros last year, his goal against France, making it the youngest goal scorer in Euros history. And the youngest ever to win the tournament. If France wants to avenge it, they're going to have to lead a mighty second half comeback. Otherwise, we'll have an Iberia derby between Spain and Portugal Sunday in the Nations League final. Hausen's little scoop ends up out. France have 30 seconds here.
Let's have a look back at that offside. We're going to zoom in. There's Zubamendi and his shoulder leading. I wondered if that left foot of Rabiot was going to keep him on side. You can see the reaction from the Spanish bench. They thought they pulled off a perfect set piece off the training ground.
Kone, Mbappe, final seconds. Mbappe that takes a block in the air. Simon stays at home. Hausen wins the header. Zubimendi comes flying forward to get it clear. And that is the end of a dominant first half for the European champions. Coming up after the break, Rob Moe and Alexi in Los Angeles. We'll look back at the highlights.